What's up, and welcome back to Opposites Attract Podcast. This is Sonja Ramirez, your girl, and I'm sitting next to
Miguel Ramirez.
What's up, everybody? How is your day?
How was your week?
How is your life?
Going. And today, make sure you guys go to our website, oppositesattractpodcast.com. Share it with the people that you know. When you guys go to our website, you'll see all the ways that you can follow the podcast, all of our social media. You can listen to the podcast on our website. You can find ways that you can support the show. You can click around and contact us on there. You can find a little bit about us on there. And we'll tell you more about how you can support the show a little bit later on in the program.
Yes. So today is...
It's like we did this.
I know, right?
Already.
Today is May 20th.
Yeah.
Yay. So before we get... Dude, it's already the end of the month. I don't know where the time goes, right? Oh, holy shit. Insane. Anyways, I wanted to bring this up now so that we don't forget. But this episode is coming out May 20th. May 21st. And our next episode will be coming
the 28th
out the 28th. And that episode is going to knock your socks off because we had. It's kind of hard because we already recorded it, but it's not going to come out until
next week.
Yes, Sunday of next week. And Dr. Daniel Hardner, who is a friend of ours.
He's a psychotherapist, a coach, a counselor.
A healer, spiritual. He's absolutely amazing, lives in Sedona, Arizona. And the conversation that we had on that podcast, you do not want to miss.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was really insightful. Talked about some really cool stuff.
Yes.
So yeah, definitely check out the next episode.
Yes, for sure. And so, so our kids are going on their last week of school. And it's been intense. Concert after concert.
It's funny, like as a kid, you look forward to summer. As a parent, you look forward to summer being over. It's like, get these fucking kids back in school.
I don't know about that, but
I mean, by the end of summer, it's like, all right, they need to go back to school.
Yes. I'm trying to think of what do we do.
I'm just kidding. I mean, we love
keep
having
them
kids
like occupied as well. Yeah. Though, you and Joey will have jujitsu, during the week, and Audrey, like, I guess this will give her free downtime because that girl is super busy.
Yeah.
During the school year, because of sports and homeworks, and she doesn't really get the chance to sleep
and choir and everything else. Like she is very involved in like the school stuff.
Yes. And so I'm happy for her because it's going to give her the opportunity to sleep in some.
Yeah.
And she talks about how she never gets to do that. So I'm excited for that. She's received a few awards from her teachers and from just being an amazing athlete. And she
being a good person.
Yes. And she got to sing a solo.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yes. How did you feel watching her up there?
I was proud. I was really proud of her. She started out the concert. And, you could tell when she first came out there, like she was a little bit nervous.
Yes.
But she put herself out there and she did it.
Yes.
And she did awesome.
So I was in choir.
I can't imagine.
8th grade. And I can tell you that I was not that person at that age to put myself out there. As Miguel stated, she started the program. She was the first to come up to sing a solo. And seeing her, my heartbeat was just like pounding.
Yeah.
And I was so proud of her for putting herself out there. And I was proud of us. Because she is a product of us. Though she's a product of us, but she is her own little human self.
Yeah.
Right? She's a mixture of us with mixture of herself.
And she has like some of the best qualities of us.
She really does.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and Joey had a band concert, which I didn't get to attend because we had a split.
Yeah. I mean, that's real parent shit right there. I mean, it is what it is. Like, what was that day? Like, oh, she had the award.
Yeah.
She had the award.
Yes.
And Joey had his concert at the same time.
Right.
At the same exact time. So we just picked whoever we love the most and we went with that kid. They better not hear this.
That's not true.
I'm just kidding.
By the way.
No, I mean, we just picked a name out of the hat and it's like, you go with this one, I'll go with that one. I mean, we got to split.
Yes. And I took videos and pictures and all that good
me too.
stuff,
Yeah.
But either way, so it's been hectic. And during this time, I'm going through stuff, right? I've noticed the more I become aware and the more I become conscious, the more things I'm starting to see clearly. So I never used to keep track of my menstrual cycle, right?
Yeah.
Because as a young woman, like even a teenager going into young adulthood, I never knew when it was coming because I was one of the lucky ones. I never cramped. I never went through the mood swings. None of that.
No.
It was easy peasy breezy. And then we have kids. And then there's some adjustments that happen.
That's when it all changed?
And things started too. Yeah. Right? Like I started to feel slight cramps, but nothing crazy.
Yeah.
And then it seemed the older I got, things started to change even more. And it could be too, the kids are older, so there's more challenges, there's more obstacles that are coming, apart. Right? No, I am not. I am falling together. I am being put together. What are you talking about?
I'm falling apart.
No, I am excited.
Here, I'm getting it together, but everywhere else, I'm fucking falling apart.
But so anyways, I started to recognize the war within.
Yeah.
The thoughts, just all the triggers. And I realized the time of the month that was coming when I started to feel not only judgment for myself, but judgment for others.
Right.
And I'm not that, right? Like I'm not, normally I'll see it, recognize it, and then it's so easily rolled off. It's just like, okay, I see it. And then just, boom, get back into consciousness. And this time around, it was not that easy.
Yeah.
And so if you're okay with this, I want to read a post that I had put up earlier today. Did you get a chance to read it?
No.
No? Okay. So
I was thinking we should change this podcast to, the title should be, it's kind of like jujitsu. Because everything is like, you know what? It's kind of like
glasses. I don't have glasses on. I just realized that. Okay, so I'm going to do my best. Okay, so I'm going to read this because I think it's going to help a lot of women become more aware of themselves and how to really be able to become aware of the emotions and the intensity of that time of the month so that they can be able to surpass that and not create more challenges and obstacles. And not only that, but men, if you have a significant other, and I want you to share your story and how you helped me become aware of a situation.
Yeah.
And men, if you become more aware of that time as well and have a conversation or even set an agreement with your wife, it will help everything go so much smoother and there won't be so much chaos in the house or around you during that time.
Right.
You were going to say something?
No.
Oh, okay. So this week has been a bit challenging for me to do the things that I need to do because of the inner war at times that happens within. the thoughts and judgments for self and others. Most days I am really tuned in and conscious, but there's a certain time of the month where that becomes very challenging. On top of the challenges, it is the kids' last week of school, and it is pretty constant with the demands and responsibility of being a present parent.
Yeah.
So normally I wake up every morning around 5:30 to go to kickboxing. And because of the challenges that I'm recently going through, it's been a struggle. Because I am aware of this, I have to prepare myself the evening before mentally and physically.
Which is a good idea when you're not on your,
yes,
when you're not going through those days.
And another thing before I move on with this, it's with everything in life.
Right.
Like being prepared helps you not to be stressed out.
Well, I remember even like in our business before, like way back in the day, that was something that they would we would have like how we would plan out the day, and part of the day, part of the end of the day was planning the next day.
Yes.
It's like, what am I doing when I wake up? Like, so that as soon as you wake up, you have like marching orders. Like, this is what I'm doing.
Right. And when you think about a time where maybe you and I had a disagreement that was not resolved, and we went to bed upset, angry, sad, whatever, and because it was not resolved, a lot of the times the morning after, we wake up feeling the same way. Like, it's just so important to prepare yourself for the day before, but it's not only that.
Prepare yourself for the next day.
Yes, but it's not only that. It's preparing yourself for whatever it is. If you're going to work, right, and you're having a disagreement with your partner and you're having this emotional imbalance, you don't want to take that into the workplace.
Yeah.
So being able to prepare yourself for where you're going will help set you up for success in the workplace. Yeah. Or when you know you're going to a school get together at Peter Piper, knowing that there's a shitload of kids running around, right? And all the craziness and all the chaos that comes with that, and say you had a stressful day, to prepare yourself to walk into that so it doesn't add to it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So, moving on to the post. Go ahead.
And even if you're not prepared, if you're present, you can work your way through it.
Yes.
Because if you're present, like yesterday was a good example of that. I mean, it was go, 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 go. You know, we had an event, and then we came home, and we were home for about 10 minutes, and it was right back out the door to take Joey to a Peter Piper thing for his school.
Right.
Which we did not want to go to.
Which we could get into that.
You know, but it wasn't expected.
There you go. Thank you. You just set up my next paragraph.
But at the same time, like for me and for you and for probably all the parents there, it's like, fuck, I don't want to go to this thing. And there's fucking kids running around, kids yelling. Yeah. It's like, ugh, this is not what I want to fucking be doing right now. But it's not about me.
Yes.
It's the end of school.
Yes.
The kids are all running around and playing.
Yes.
Just get a pitcher of beer and sit there and hang out for a little bit.
Yes. So the next paragraph, it says, one early morning, my daughter comes in and is asking if I can braid her hair. I'm about to step out of the house to go to the gym. It took everything in me to even get up that early, or to get up that early this day. I feel a bit frustrated, and I feel my body temperature start to rise, and I recognize the shift in myself. So I was not, my train of thought, what I was prepared for was to get my butt in the gym. And then she walks in.
This is at 6 o'clock in the morning.
No, 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, because I was getting ready to go to work. I was about you were getting ready to go to the gym.
So 5:30, 5:40. And she lays this on me. And I am like, yes, I am frustrated. I'm like, Audrey, are you serious? Like, I was just about to to step out to go to the gym. Like, it was hard enough for me to mentally get myself there, and that's what I was prepared to do. And so I'm like, you know what? I can't. Like, I was like, I can't. And then all of a sudden, I was looking at her and I felt the shift and I felt everything and I recognized it. And so I can't remember. So at that point, when I'm feeling frustrated, I also realized that I can't remember the last time I braided my daughter's hair. I shifted my being and decided that the gym can wait. Having the moment with my daughter was what I needed. I remember her having to stand on a chair. And this day, I had to get on my knees because she's gotten so big.
Yeah.
And at that very moment, everything changed. I got to the gym late, but I still had a great workout. And I had no idea, but Miguel took a picture of Audrey and I when I was braiding her hair, and he sent it to me. And I looked at that picture and it just tugged at my heart because she's going to be 14 in July. What did you say? We have a big little girl.
Yeah.
We have a big little girl.
You know, because when that was happening, like, so this is...
By the way, Miguel was witnessing all of this.
Yeah, this was all happening. So she walks into our bedroom. You're dressed for the gym. Mm-hmm. I'm dressed for work. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm finishing up a couple things. I'm in the bathroom. I'm getting ready to grab my stuff and walk out the door. And she walks in and she's asking, you know, can you braid my hair? And I remember you were saying, like, hey, you should have told me about this, like, last night, that you wanted me to braid your hair this early in the morning, which is not wrong. Like, it is true. Like, she should have told you about it yesterday. But in that moment, I was also thinking, she's a little kid. We didn't tell her, like, hey, if you have something that you want us to do in the morning, you need to tell us early, the day before, so that we're prepared for it in the morning. Like, you can't just drop it on us at 5:30 in the morning. I need something from you guys. Mm-hmm. I need to go to the store. Or it's not going to happen.
Right.
You know? And while I was, you know, wrapping up my stuff and getting ready to walk out, like, I look over and I can see that you're frustrated, you know, because like you said, you were prepared to go to the gym. And I look at her, and in that moment I was thinking, I was like, man, she looks big. Like, she looks like a big girl. Like, she's a big kid. You know, she's not a baby anymore.
Yeah.
But then when I really think about it, it's like, she's only 13. Like, 13 is still a kid. And especially for our kids, because we have done our best to keep our kids kids. You know, and she still has a large part of her innocence, you know? And it's like you said, it's like, when is the next time that you're going to get the opportunity to braid her hair? It might be a while. Right?
Right.
You know, you got to take advantage of those opportunities. That's what I was thinking. And I think, did I text you that?
No.
We have a big little girl, I think, afterwards.
Yes.
So that's what I was thinking, because afterwards you did braid her hair. And I was going to text you something, but, you know, like you on your own, you kind of shifted your focus. And yeah.
But were you able to see the shift in me?
I did. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because I could tell that you were frustrated at first.
Yes.
Like, at first it didn't seem like it was going to happen.
No, it really, I was not. Yeah, because it's, first of all, getting myself prepared mentally to go to the gym, then waking up was difficult at the time, but I did but I did it. And my mind is prepared to go to the gym. And it's been a constant fight this week. So, yeah. So this shift is it's happening, you guys. So, you know, when it comes to that time of the month, it's pre, right? There's so much that comes at you. And when you're practicing on becoming conscious and aware and present, the best test is during that time. Because even with you, we were downstairs And I don't remember what the heck was happening, but there was something happening. I don't know if it was towards one of the kids or whether it was towards you, but you told me, oh, I remember what it is. I remember what it was. Okay.
What was it?
We were downstairs. Audrey was being asked to babysit. And I thought you had already made a decision without me. And I said, I didn't even check my schedule. So I jumped to conclusions because no, you don't do anything without asking me normally. So when I heard that, which I heard incorrectly, I immediately was like, wait a minute.
It was almost like you snapped a little bit.
Yes. And Miguel said it not lovingly, by the way.
I snapped back a little
bit. Very
bit.
Sarcastically, like your energy is off, but very sarcastically. And when he said that, I was like, huh. Like I felt my pride, like my
motherfucker.
Yes,
like
yes.
You motherfucker.
But I didn't say it.
How dare you? I'm a fucking coach. Don't you know who I am, bitch?
But I didn't say anything. I went upstairs and I checked myself.
Don't you know who I am? Who do you think you're talking to? Yeah.
But you brought that awareness to me during that time. And then I went upstairs and I self-reflected. And then what did I do when I saw you again? What did I say?
What did you say? Oh, thank you. You thanked me. You
yes.
thanked me for pointing it out to you.
Yes.
Even though I was a little sarcastic about it. I mean, I wasn't like an asshole about it, but I kind of like.
No, you were like.
It's like a little jab here.
Yeah, like you're a coach. Like you should know that. Like your energy is. I was just like motherfucker.
Your energy seems a little fucked up right now.
Pretty much. You know.
Look at you.
But I'm only human.
Maybe I should do it like that from now on. It'll be better instead of talking shit. I'll be like, I'll just do that. Okay.
But no, it's great. Like I appreciated it. Even though you said it the way you said it. It helped me become more aware and present and helped me shift my being, my energy. You know, and so that is something that I am going to bring to your attention. The date, right? You know, every month about this time.
Yeah.
But I also normally will respond because there's times where I become emotional. Like I even told you earlier today, I said I feel a bit emotional. And the more awareness that you put into the situation, the more you become aware, the less you become responsive. Is that the correct? To the emotion, because now you see it, you're aware of it. And the more you practice, it won't take so much effort and take so much emotion to shift your being to consciousness.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And so it's great that I'm excited. It's funny because I'm like, I'm so excited.
You know, and the whole thing, the reason that it worked out the way that it did was because of your attitude, because of the way you took it, right? The way, like you're saying. Yeah. But there's a lot of times, a lot of people, and I know I've done it, where somebody brings something up to you and they're right. And the thing is that there is a way to bring things up, right? Where you can have a little tag, like you said, I probably could have said it better or whatever. Mm-hmm. But what is the truth? I gave you the truth, right?
Right.
And you could have took the sarcastic part and been like, fuck you, right?
Yeah.
But you didn't. You actually like, what is he talking about? And it's like, he's kind of being a little dick, but he's kind of right.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's the pride. Right? It's the pride, not wanting to be wrong. Like who? Like I got this shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But you were willing to look within yourself.
Right. And so and this agreement can happen for both. It doesn't have to be just during that time, right? But I can tell you women, I can tell you women that during that time of the month, you know as well as I know, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Right? So the best time for you to become aware, to become present, to become aware of your emotions and what's going on within you is during that time. If that is something that you're focusing on. And if you have a partner that you're with, bring it to his attention as well. Ask him if he can help you to identify like when you're off, like when you are, becoming short or becoming unconscious, like just being a jerk, being an ass, being short-tempered, and with him as well.
Yeah.
Like with you, we were talking about this before we started recording the podcast, that is something that if you're okay with, that I'm open to helping you to recognize when you are being a jerk.
Yeah.
But coming from love.
Yeah. But don't be trying to turn the tables on me.
What do you mean?
Because I'm saying, like, if I told you, your fucking energy's out, like, look at you with your energy or some shit, Don't be trying to turn the tables on me. This shit's about you. Because I know how that shit goes.
What? I don't understand. Explain. All I'm saying is that when your energy is off,
I'm just saying, don't be turning the tables on me. That's what I'm saying. Because every dude knows when you're fucking winning an argument, and then all of a sudden you start fucking losing, and you're like, I don't know how I'm losing this fucking argument. I know I was fucking right.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about your energy.
I'm just saying.
I'm just like, if you're acting like an ass,
take it in.
Right?
Take in the message.
Are you okay with me bringing it to your attention?
No, I am. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and is that something that you should talk about first? Like, are you okay with me bringing up that stuff?
Yes, because if there's no agreement, and say I was not working on myself,
or I was not working on myself, and you start bringing stuff up,
and you're like, hey, your energy is a bit off, you're gonna get a fuck you.
Right.
But because of where I'm at, I didn't take it that way.
Well, I'm saying, would it be helpful just to like let your partner know? Like, is it okay if I bring it up to you when I see that you're acting crazy, or when your energy's off, or when
I feel that if there's an agreement, and they're both working on becoming better people and building that respect and the love, like bringing it back into the relationship, and there's been disrespect or whatever it may be, I think the agreement would help. But I also feel that the way it is approached is very important as well.
And I think that one thing
to leave the sarcasm out of it, just make sure it's coming from love and respect. And maybe it's just like, hey, baby, your energy is a little off.
Yeah.
Like have a word, or have
not like, look at the guru over here. Fucking
don't be calling me that.
I'm just, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. But it's just having look
at the guru throwing a fucking temper tantrum.
A safe word. Come up with a safe word, right?
Yeah.
But I think that that will help.
But one thing that we've been talking about a lot recently also, or maybe I've been talking about recently, that also plays into this whole thing, is taking a moment, is getting into the habit of just don't say shit. Don't say anything. Just be quiet.
Yes.
And think for a second. Like, what is happening? Yeah, they could have said it better. Are they right? Oh, shit, they are right. All right, well, then you apologize. And then maybe you can mention it like, hey, thanks for, exactly like you did. Thanks for pointing it out. You have to be a fucking asshole about it. You know what I mean?
Not like that.
No, you didn't say that to me. But, right?
Yes.
Just taking a moment, chill, and see let's get to what is the bottom line here? We're trying to get better. And do they have a point? Yes. All right. Well, let's work on it and move on.
So those of you, I want to refer a book to you all
that you can pick up on Amazon if you go through oppositesattractpodcast.com.
Yes,
click through the link.
Give it a moment so that
the resource list pops up and you sign up, right? All that?
Yeah.
Sorry.
You wait for the resource to pop up. You put in your name, your email, and there's a resource list that has all the books and audios, videos, podcasts that we listen to.
Yeah.
And this book is going to be added onto that resource list. But it's The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I've been reading and studying that book, and it's remarkable. Chapter, I don't remember if it's chapter 8 or 9, but the entire chapter, whichever chapter it is, talks about relationships.
Yeah.
And how to become present, aware, how to, if you are in a difficult relationship, that chapter will help you tremendously find the foundation of love and respect. And if you practice what he tells you, you can rebuild your relationship. And if you need someone to hold you accountable, or if you need a coach, reach out to me.
At 480-331-9846.
Because some of us, we need that, right? We need someone to guide us. We need someone to walk us through some things, or a kick in the ass. Whatever moves you, I can kick you in the ass, or I can speak to you, and I wouldn't do that. But we need someone to hold us accountable, someone to walk us through. Because a lot of times it's very hard for us to see what it is that we've been doing, because we've been doing it for so long. And you can do it on your own. You can do it on your own. I'm just here to shorten the time and help you become that within a certain period of time, versus you doing it yourself and it taking you years to do it. Right. I think that's what helped me when I hired a coach, was it gave me insight to myself and the things that I was doing, not knowing that I was doing them. So the time it took me to correct that was so much shorter. Like, it cut off years.
Well, if you look at it, like, there's a bunch of shit about you that you already know that you need to work on.
Right.
Right? So those things are they're not easy to work on, but you know they're there. So you can, like, when you make that decision, you can start working on them. Mm-hmm. And that will get you so far. Mm-hmm. But then we were at the event yesterday that I mentioned something. I can't remember exactly what we were talking about, but I said something about, like, having a new person show up at work.
Yes.
And that's just like hiring a coach.
Yes.
Because you've done all the work that you could possibly do, and you could probably get through the rest of it.
Right.
If you sat long enough and thought long enough and meditated long enough. But when you have somebody on the outside looking in, they can point out some things that maybe you're not seeing.
That's so good. So what Miguel had said was that, say you have someone who has 20 years experience in...
It's a company. It's a company of people. It's an organization, and they all have experience.
Right. And
but
then
you
they
hire somebody
a newbie,
right off the street, and they don't know shit.
Right.
And they're like, well, what about this? And what about
new
that?
Ideas.
And
Yes.
Yeah, I see you guys do it this way, but why not try this?
Why haven't you? Yes.
And they're like, yeah, we've been doing it like this for a really long time, and we haven't really thought about that. Yeah. You know, but it's just a different perspective from somebody on the outside looking in.
So the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting change. Right? And a lot of times that's what we do, just because we don't know any better.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that book, chapter 8 or 9, you said?
Yes.
Power
yes.
of Now. You guys
the entire book is remarkable.
Yeah. And the truth is, wherever, like, if you guys pick it up through our website, great. But it's also on YouTube. It's everywhere. The bottom line is find it, listen to it, take what you need from it, and grow from it.
Yes.
You know, whether you buy it from our website or not, what we want is for you guys to get better. And if you would like to help us out, you guys can go to oppositeattrackpodcast.com. You guys can find all of our social media there. At the top, you can find our Spotify, our iTunes, Facebook, YouTube. You can watch the podcast on Facebook and YouTube, and we put out clips on other social media. You can find us on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok. What else, babe? YouTube, Facebook,
TikTok, Instagram. We're even
if you just Google Opposites Attract Podcast, you'll find a whole bunch of our stuff, because we've been podcasting long enough now that our stuff just comes up. So Opposites Attract Podcast, Google it. You can find us everywhere. You can, wherever you're listening to this, if you subscribe, leave us a comment, leave us a like. That all helps. It helps grow the podcast. It helps share it with people that aren't listening now.
Also, if there is something that you would like to share with us, maybe you've been in a relationship and there's some things that you've done that worked, we would love to hear from you. So our phone number is
480-331-9846.
And leave us a comment. We can play it live, or you know,
can be anonymous.
All that good stuff.
Yep.
If you would also like to support the show in a different manner, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/oppositepod. Buy us a coffee or a drink. You can also subscribe on a monthly basis as well.
Yep. And if you guys shop on Amazon, like 99.9% of the world, I think maybe does, or at least the United States. If you guys go to our website and you click on the support the show tab, you'll see our Amazon link. And if you just go on your Amazon app, put whatever you want in your cart, and you go back to our website and click on that link, it'll take you back to Amazon, and you just check out. And it doesn't cost you anything extra, but it helps out the show, and we would really appreciate it. And that helps us, pay for lights and microphones and everything that it takes to make this podcast happen. And speaking of podcast, I made a decision this morning. My new podcast starts September 7th. The first episode comes out September 7th on my birthday. I don't know how, but I'll make it happen. Fighting for Your Life podcast coming soon.
Okay, you're going to drop that on me here. Yay!
I'll figure it out.
And it's we, my love. It's we.
I know you got my back. But yeah.
All right.
Little by little, we'll get things set up, and we got some time.
Things are set up.
We got some time to make some adjustments to make this thing really work the way we need it to work, so that it's efficient, so that we can just fucking bang this shit out and get this to where it needs to be. All the way around this podcast, the new podcast, your podcast when we decide to start that, just everything.
Yes.
It's time to stop fucking around.
Okay. So.
I'm just saying. Sometimes you need those fucking moments.
Yes. Yes.
So, oppositesattractpodcast.com. Help us out. So this week was really busy. Friday, we got a chance to go hang out with our friend Dave Orton.
Yes.
And it was
shout out to Dave Orton.
Yeah, it was a really cool event.
Such a great guy.
Yeah, we had a great time.
Very loving, very giving. We nicknamed him Care Bear.
That was hilarious. That was awesome. That was awesome.
So this was your first event that you attended with me.
Yeah.
And some of my fellow coaches. So
how do you think I did at the event?
You did great. I love the fact that you were asking questions, like you spoke up, I was very proud of you for just putting yourself out there like that. And it was received so well. And I knew that it was going to be received well.
Yeah.
Because those are the type of people that I surround myself with.
It kind of like we were talking about, earlier with when you bring something up. right? You could take it as like, fuck you. Or it could be like, like, do they have a point? Maybe, right?
Yes.
So yeah, it was a really good time, and we talked about communication and like seeing people's innocence, and there was a lot of really, really heartfelt, like good stuff that happens. And I think, as for, I guess like for somebody like me, like you know me better than anybody. There's a lot of different sides, but if you were to just see me from the outside, I don't know what people would think. Not that I care, but I wonder how people would see me from, like, do they think that I'm always like fucking aggressive and like down to fucking throw down and fight and all that kind of shit? Or I don't know.
So it's great that you brought that up, because there is how we see ourselves and how others see us.
I was going to bring that up yesterday at the meeting.
Yes.
Or at the event. That meme, or that, I got to find it because somebody sent it to me. And should I share it first, or do you want to go? I got this meme. I think it might have been from my cousin Danny. And it said something like, there is a version of you that you have in your head, right? And that is who you think you are. There is also a version of you that everybody else has in their head that is different from the version that you have in your head.
Yes.
And then there is actually you, which is different from your version and their version, which means that outside of your brain, your version doesn't even exist.
Yes. And the way to get to who you truly are is when you become transparent, when you become conscious and you are not your mind. It's almost as your soul and your human self truly become one. And so you do put off that vibe, but it's not a bad thing. It's just that you are not as open.
No.
Yeah, you're
And that's okay.
Yeah, and that's okay. Whereas me, I am an open book.
I don't let everybody in.
Share my heart, my everything. I am who I am. And so at the event, when we were doing the activity of how people see you.
How people see you?
Yeah, or how they see you.
Yes, we were doing, what was the word?
It wasn't acknowledgements.
Acknowledgements.
Was
that was the word. That was the
Okay.
word. Yes. We were doing acknowledgements of each other.
Yes.
So we were kind of like in groups, right? In groups of 3 or 4. And we would take turns. Like somebody would sit in like the hot seat.
Yes.
Right?
Like the hot seat.
Right? And then we would have 2 other people, and they would, like, from the little bit that they know of you, they would give acknowledgements of you, of what they see in you from what they know of you. Like you're a dedicated father, a dedicated husband,
Right.
You're committed to whatever,
Yes.
like, and it's just kind of verbalizing some of the things that they see about you.
Yes. So this was Miguel's first time being around my tribe. And so they don't really know Miguel. They only know Miguel through me, but some of them didn't even know me. Like the ones that were acknowledging me did not know me, which was great. Like they didn't know me like some of them. Like Dave
Like
Orton, he knows
right.
me. Like, more than others. So I'm curious, what was said about you? How did they
said
say they see you?
Like a loving father, a loving husband, playful, like a playful father. Like somebody said that they could see me like wrestling with the kids and playing with the kids, which is true.
Was there something that was said that was like,
No. I don't remember exactly like everything that was said.
That's odd. You remember everything.
I do. But there was also something that I had mentioned to you like during that whole thing. Like during the...
One second. Were you present during that time?
I was. And I was trying to. Like I was trying to be there. Like, and make sure.
When you were in the hot seat, I'm saying you were present.
No, during the whole thing. Like whether in all the different things that we were doing, I was trying to make sure, like, because we also did an exercise where you're like listening and then you're also observing.
Yes.
And like, I was trying to make sure that I was doing what I was supposed to be doing for that role or whatever. And I noticed that at times, like, I was like, oh, I think I'm listening and not observing. And I was like, I need to be back to observing, you know, what's going on. Yeah. You know, so I was trying to like be...
Did you have a lot of thoughts that were coming in while you were playing those roles? Did you notice that?
Well, aside from the roles, because that was different. Right. But while people were saying their, what is it? Acknowledgements of me, there was a thought that I had. Kind of like one of the people that was there. They were saying like, these people don't know me. And even Dave, when he was standing at the top, he's like, these acknowledgements are great, but they don't matter. What really matters is what I think of myself. And that was, before we even started, that was my thought.
Yes.
Like, I know who I am. I know what I am. I don't need to hear it from anybody.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me. Like, you can tell me I'm a great dad. And like, for people, you know, some people that we were with, they were saying, like, it's hard to hear these things.
That was me. And I'll share mine.
For me, it wasn't hard to hear these things because I know I am these things, but I also know I'm not these things. And the truth is, it's somewhere...
That's the humility,
it's somewhere in between.
Yes.
But I know I'm fucking powerful. I have that shit in me. And I don't give a shit what anybody says, what anybody thinks. And it's like I said it in the event. Like it kind of sounds arrogant, but I have confidence in myself.
Yes.
And there was also, when we were doing acknowledgements, I don't know if we should get into this. If you want to get into something else.
No, I want to share my experience with acknowledgements.
But what I was going to get into is that we were also, when we were talking about acknowledgements, there was, like, some people have issues with, somebody might acknowledge something, but the way you take it in a, it's like, you're a great, whatever, podcaster, right? But the podcast isn't where I feel it should be. So it's almost like you're a great podcaster, but it's like a fucking dig.
No.
Because I'm supposed to be,
I'm
supposed to, like, at fucking 3 years, we're supposed to be Joe Rogan by now or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you don't know your full potential. Like, you're a great podcaster.
But,
and I see your podcast growing leaps and bounds, but there's something within you that is not allowing it to grow to that extent.
But at the same time, I know who I am. I know what we're doing. I know what's missing. I need to do it. When I do it, it'll happen. And maybe it won't. And at that point, it's kind of like you were talking about. You do your best with what you know. And then if you've done everything you can, then maybe you need to hire a coach to point some shit out. Hey, over here, this is what you need to fix. Right. And then everything changes.
Right.
But the other thing is that this is also part of the journey. This is part of the story. Whenever you have these moments, these difficult moments, they fucking suck. But later on, you look back at these moments, and those are the fucking moments that made you who you are.
Right.
Those are the moments that you look back on with fondness. In that time, they suck, and they're the worst moments. You think you're failing, but if you stick to it and you do what you're supposed to do, in the end, you look back at it with fondness, with like, man, those were some hard times, but we did it.
Well, that's the journey you have to go through to become the person you need to become in order for. It's like prepping you for that day when it becomes that. Because if you get success and you are not ready for it, you will lose it until you become that. Because it came too fast. Kind of like the lottery. Damn, I still wanted to share something. But it's like the lottery. You win the lottery, but you're not that yet. You don't know how to manage your money. And you lose it all because you weren't ready for that.
And you're worse off.
Yes. So my experience with the acknowledgements.
Where people were talking good things about you. It
was hard for me to sit in that seat to receive.
Yeah.
Because I'm so used to being the one to give.
Right.
And it was a bit uncomfortable. But then once I felt that it was uncomfortable, I gave into that feeling and allowed myself to receive. And once I allowed myself to receive and the acknowledgements were coming, it was confirmation to me that I am the same person with everyone. Do you understand? I don't pretend to be this person
over here
on social media, and I don't pretend to be this person at home, and I don't pretend to be this person with my friends, and I don't pretend to be this person with my mom or my dad, because everyone is seeing
who you are,
who I am.
Yeah.
And it was so great. It was Bina, I believe. She's from India. She lives in LA. And she says, you are home. You are like mother. You are home. She said that you are the one that makes everyone feel at home. People trust you. You're so open. You're so easy to speak to.
Yeah.
And she said so many other things, but she's like, you are home. That's how I see you.
It's like, you're authentic.
Yes. Loving, like just, and yeah, it was very beautiful. But I love the fact that everyone's seen me the same.
Yeah. What did you like best about the event that we went to? Because it was an event about communication, about communicating with others, about seeing others for who they are, right? About there was something that I really enjoyed about the event that I want to share, but I wanted to see what did you like best about the event?
I think it was the end, when we were getting in front of the room and acknowledging ourselves. And the reason why
I was gonna do that too, because I should have fucking did it, because for me it was gonna be different. Because for me, like, it wasn't gonna be hard for me to acknowledge myself, and at a certain, it was gonna start turning into something different. Like, I was gonna start acknowledging the things that I'm going for.
Yeah,
I am this. I am this.
Yeah, your document. That's what we call your document. And that's
what
it is.
But the thing is that when you're acknowledging things, at least from what I saw yesterday, it's a lot easier to acknowledge the things that you've done.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's
I am a veteran or I am a blue belt. It's not so easy to acknowledge I am a black belt because I'm not a black belt.
Right.
But I will be a black belt. No fucking doubt about it.
Yeah.
One day in a wheelchair, I'll get my black belt. You know, if it keeps going this way, I'll get it in my wheelchair.
But so when I went up there and I did my acknowledgements, because what I found out about me at that event is that I have a difficult time acknowledging, I know who I am. Inside, I know like my gifts. Like I know that I am like my coaching. It is spectacular to be able to see my client within a month.
Dude. Yeah.
Become free of her past, free of her pain, free of her trauma, like just free, and to see where she's at today and for her to express it. But for me to be able to
over a
witness
handful
that,
of sessions, like just not even a handful.
Yes. I know that I am doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, and it's so divine.
Yeah.
And I recognize my gifts in that. But because I am full of humility, that's what makes it challenging to get up there and say. It's easy for me to speak in front of the camera to you all, because I can't see you all, and to my husband, because you see my greatness. But for me to say,
like in
I
front
am
of a
great,
room.
I am powerful, I am divinely connected, like to be able to say those things because I'm humble, it's hard to say. But I know my gifts. I know that I'm a loving mom and wife and all those good things. I know that.
But what if being that humble is playing small?
Exactly.
And is not helping anybody else.
And I feel that that's where the challenge is.
Because if we had a little bit more time, I was going to go. And that's what I wanted to fucking turn that shit around to for everybody else there. Because I do have that. And I've told you, you know?
And I think or I know that is why God put us together. Because in order for me to fulfill my service, I need you as an example. I need you to be the one for me to witness it, because your energy will rub on me. Do you see what I'm saying though? Like I need that example in my life. And you are that reminder every day. If I'm not doing what I need to do, you are that reminder. And I acknowledge you for that.
Thanks, babe. And you're that reminder for me when I need to be present, when I need to slow down and just pay attention to the moments that are happening around me. You know?
We should add the yin yang, the division between, that would look kind of
on
cool
the background?
actually. Yes.
Maybe we need to update the logo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because it's already a circle.
Yeah.
The yin yang just has that.
Exactly.
Boop.
Maybe we just like a little.
That would look cool,
a
right?
little faded in the background or something.
We're all talking about
see.
our ideas.
Anyway.
Sorry, I
See
saw
what you guys
something
think.
shiny. It was an idea that came up real quick. And I'm like, yeah, send us your guys' thoughts on that. What do you think about that?
So, but yeah, also, yeah, I think when you share, there's a balance to humility.
Mm.
You know, there's a balance to it. But sometimes when you get rid of it and you show people, like, this is me. Maybe it's not everybody else, but then people can see what is capable, what is actually attainable. And we were speaking with somebody like that. They were saying like, it was like people are giving, what's the word? I keep forgetting the word. Not assertion. Acknowledgements of, and this is the thing, is that we're doing acknowledgements of each other, but this is a group of people that for a lot of us, we just met each other, right? So we really don't know each other, which is another reason for why, for me, it's like, you can give me acknowledgements, but you don't really know me. Like, I spoke for 5 minutes, maybe, you know, so you really don't know me. So how much effect is it really going to have on me? I know who I am. And for some other people, it was like, they took it in a different way. That it was kind of like where the acknowledgments were positive, but it's kind of like looking into the future. Like, this is what I see for you. And they were kind of taking it as, I'm not there yet. And for me, what I was telling this person was like, I can give these acknowledgments sincerely to anybody. And I gave it to them. I was like, you can grow a multi-million-dollar consulting coaching business. And it's not because of you. It's because I know what people are capable of. I believe that everybody has this shit in them.
Yes. Yes. I feel that too, the ego and pride can play a role in that as well. When someone is acknowledging you and say, I see all this potential, and like telling them, I see all this about you, and I know that you are even more capable. It's do you see what I'm saying? It's like, I see you here
right
now, but this is
where you
once you break free from, or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if there is a lot of like, wait, what?
Yeah.
You also have to make sure that that's not coming from ego and pride.
Yeah.
Right? Like, really going within. That's what I do. Like, if somebody says something and I'm just like, what? Like, you know, even with you, when you say something and it stings, it could be true. It may be true.
Damn, what's that rap song?
And there may be some ego and pride that made me feel that way.
I got to find that rap lyric. There's a rap lyric where it's like, if it hurts you, it's meant to. That's what they said. If it hurts you, it's meant to.
Right? So, with that,
before we get out of here, one more thing. One of the things that I liked best about the event that we went to was we were talking about, I can't remember exactly how we put it, but it was kind of like complimenting others. It wasn't exactly, we didn't say complimenting others, but it was kind of like, it was acknowledging others. That's what it is. It's acknowledging others for things. And like sometimes people, I don't see why you wouldn't acknowledge others. Because some people feel like when you acknowledge somebody else, you're giving up kind of like a part of yourself, or you're like giving up power to that person or something, like they're better than you.
Well, that's the ego and pride I was
or whatever. But it has nothing to do with that.
Right.
It's about the other person. And we've gone too long in this podcast without me talking about jiu-jitsu. But I had this thought. I've had times when I'm fighting with somebody and they fucking catch me in a triangle or they catch me in something and I'm fighting my way out of it. And then before I fucking know it, boom, they fucking switch it to something else and bam, I'm fucking tapping. And I didn't even see it coming. And it's like, fuck, they got me. 99% of the time, when after I tap, I'm like, dude, that was fucking awesome. The way you switched from the triangle to the armbar to the other one, like you were fucking flowing from this move to the next move. That was fucking awesome.
There you go. Yes.
How does that hurt me in any way?
Right. Yes.
Just give it up. I don't know what it like. It does something for you.
It's yeah.
And it's like, if you know who you are, you don't need it. It does feel good, but you don't need it. Yeah. But when you do it for somebody else, it also does feel good.
It brings a light within. We talked about that at the event.
But it's like a limiting mentality. You can do that for everybody and anybody. Appreciate.
Yeah. When you see others winning,
you rejoice.
Check yourself to see if you are clapping or if you're feeling resentful, jealous, or envy. Pay attention to your thoughts. They are pain points to unhealed wounds.
This is a bakery. There's pies for everybody. It's not one pie that we all have to share. There's pies for everybody.
And with that,
make sure you guys go to our website, oppositesattractpodcast.com. Share it with the people that you know. Follow our social media. Send us a message. Support the show by clicking through the link and buying through Amazon and buymeacoffee.com/oppositepod. Thank you guys for being with us.
Thank you guys for your love. Thank you for your support. And thank you for watching Opposites Attract Podcast,
where we get better
together. Bye.